Welcome to novobanco. We're here in our master branch in Lisbon, which, as you can see, has been completely redesigned. It's been completely redesigned in order to give our customers a feeling of comfort, a feeling of ease, as they sit with us and as they entrust to us all of their financial concerns. This is part of our new omni-channel delivery of the retail bank. In a nutshell, a customer-centric bank where the face-to-face experience is a critical part of the omni-channel delivery. During the restructuring period, it was the belief that working together we could rebuild our balance sheet, we could rebuild our approach to risk, and then we could rebuild the customer franchise. And that belief allowed us to come through the restructuring period. In the year just past, it was that same belief that working together we could consolidate and start to deliver the bank that we want to be in the future. I would highlight three specific areas. The first being corporate, the second retail, and finally ESG, which is going to become more and more a central part of our approach. It was that same belief working together that permitted us to achieve or to make the same achievements in the year just past. So in corporate, we adopted a sectoral approach where we build on the relationships, on our core strength, which is the relationships with our client. With a sectoral approach, we've been able to build our knowledge and our understanding of our client needs. We've been able to build out our product set so that we can actually fulfill those needs. And we are supporting the most important elements of our corporate franchise. On the retail side, it's been a continuing story. So on the retail side, we have already, for the last 2 or 3 years, we have been implementing an omni-channel approach to our clients. The continuation of that approach, the building of a segmental understanding of our clients, the understanding of those needs, and then the fulfillment of those needs through an omni-channel experience. And by that we mean the ability for the client to have his needs fulfilled through whatever channel, be it a face-to-face branch experience, be it online, or be it through the call center. And we have continued to develop that this year. And the last area that I would highlight is ESG. So in ESG, we are really at the starting gates. But what we have done is we have put together the infrastructure. We have built a new ESG team. That ESG team reports directly to the board, and we are starting to embed an ESG approach into the entire bank. This year, we've really concluded 2 successive years of profitability, 8 consecutive quarters. And what that really shows is that we can consistently generate capital, and equally, we can consistently grow our business stock. In number terms, there are 2 or 3 things that I would highlight. The first is our commercial banking income. So that's 919 million. What that represents is 625 million of net interest income, which is 9% up on the prior year, and 293 million of fees, which is about 3 to 4% up on the prior year. And that demonstrates our ability to continue to grow our stock, to maintain our pricing, and ultimately is the foundation for a very successful level of profitability. The second one is the cost-income ratio. So our cost-income ratio for the year is 44%. In delivering that, we show that not only can we grow the top line, but we can control our costs. And the third one, and equally important, is our cost of risk. So our cost of risk was 45 basis points, which was a considerable decrease on the prior year, and that demonstrates our ability to control, monitor, and manage the risk on the credit book in the bank. To put a little bit more context around that, the way to look at it is in the context of our medium-term targets. So we set out medium-term targets in 2021, and ticking down through each of them, they were net interest margin of between 1.3 and 1.5, a cost-income ratio of less than 45%, a cost of risk through the cycle of 50 basis points, and ultimately that adding up to a return on tangible equity of double digits, of greater than 10%. At the same time, we set ourselves a balance sheet cleanup target of having our NPLs, or our non-performing loans ratio, less than 5%. So going through each one of them, our NIM at 147 beats the target. Our cost-income ratio at 44% beats the target. Our cost of risk at 45 basis points beats the target, and ultimately our return on tangible equity is 14%, again beating the target. In addition to that, we actually also got ourselves down below the 5% in terms of NP of non-performing loans. So having set out medium-term targets, usually a 3 to 5 year run, within 2 years we had met all of those targets. That gives you some sense of what this means in terms of a successful financial performance for the bank. Our objective is to be the most successful corporate and retail bank in Portugal. Our strategy to achieve that objective is based on 4 pillars, and they are customer centricity, simplicity and efficiency, people and culture, and sustainable banking, which is management of our risk and of our capital. So on customer centricity, what we're really talking about is the ability to, first of all, understand our customers' needs, to anticipate them in many instances, and to serve those needs with a really, really good customer experience. The second one, simple and efficient, is necessary if you're going to do the first on a sustainable basis. So we have to have streamlined, simple and efficient end-to-end processes, ultimately digitized processes, if we're going to achieve that objective, and to do so on a sustainable basis in a market where we can compete and endure. So the people and culture pillar. The bank is only the sum of all the people that work. So we need to attract, to recruit, to train and retain the best people in order to fulfill our customer-centric objective and to serve our clients. We have to invest in training our people. We have to invest and ensure their mobility. We have to give our people the chance to develop and to achieve and to perform to their full potential. On the culture side, we need to have a culture which is open, which is honest, and which again allows people to be heard, to speak up, and to contribute completely to the achieving of the bank's objectives. Novobanco is really well placed to be the leading ESG bank in Portugal. And to achieve that, we are focusing on 3 main areas. The first of those areas is to create the framework where we can assess, monitor, and ultimately manage ESG risks within the bank, and serve our clients in doing so as well. The second is to improve and to maximize the financial and social well-being of our staff, our customers, and the clients we serve. And the third one is being a bank and being a responsible bank that behaves fairly, justly, and maintains the highest standards of conduct. One of the biggest challenges for our clients is to transition their businesses. To reach net zero by 2050 is going to be an enormous challenge for our corporate customers, and particularly for our SMEs. And we recognize that banking is going to play a key part in ensuring that that transition takes place and in financing that transition. In the bank itself, we've taken a structural approach to ESG. We have lined this up with the EU taxonomy, where we define exposures, we assess materiality, and ultimately we are able to incorporate all of this in a decisioning process in relation to credit and pricing. Many of our clients are going to have to make radical changes to their business model and to their production processes. And we believe that banks are going to play a big part in the financing of that transition. So therefore we talk about transition finance. On our own bat and internally, we continue to make take the types of measures that you would expect us to take. For instance, moving our fleet to electric, taking appropriate measures in relation to waste management, conservation of water, and generally reducing our environmental and carbon footprint. "2022 was the year when restructuring ended. 2022 was the year when we relaunched novobanco, and we can now compete and endure in the marketplace as an independent bank. We can compete on a level playing field, and we can win. We are now free to build our franchise and to continue to support our customers, be they corporates, be they individuals, be they families, or be they family companies. This was only possible because of two things: the ongoing confidence and trust placed in us by our customers, and the efforts of our staff. And those efforts over many, many years. And that has resulted in our ability to relaunch and to now take our place in the Portuguese economy. So I'd like to say to both our customers, and especially to our staff, thank you very much. Now, it's our time.